Hello and welcome to the Skyfall channel, and today I'm here at Computex 2026. This is the first vendor I want to show you guys, Phanteks, because they are doing something completely different in the PC case scene. This right here behind me is something I've never seen before. I don't know if I could even call this a PC case. This is almost like a PC wrap or a PC skin. This is the EX6, specifically the Max. This is something Phanteks is trying out. They want to see if you guys might like it or not. But like I said, it's not necessarily a case, it's a skin. But yet you still have your graphics card, power supply, mainboard, CPU, motherboard, RAM, and all of that right there and there. AIO for your CPU cooler, all in like this stand-up tower, but it's not a box, it's a wrap. So what's really neat about this PC case is, despite the design, Phanteks have done quite a bit in making sure the thermal performance of this case still isn't offering any sort of degradation in thermal quality and performance, because a lot of this is mesh. So your graphics card is going to be outputting a lot of this heat out of the PC case. The AIO here just is for the CPU, and they even have an additional fan back here to cool off the rear of your CPU on the motherboard. But all this is to say there are only 4 fans in this PC case technically, and it's doing the business. As a matter of fact, they would run benchmarks like this here from Tomb Raider, and CPU and GPU temp wise, it looks like the CPU never really went above 51 degrees Celsius, and the GPU never necessarily got above 70. Perhaps the only question I have for Phanteks is, well, could this support a 5090? Because given the price tag of the EX6, this is gonna be for high-end builders. So they probably wanna make sure this works for a 5090. But if you have a 5080, 5070 Ti, 9070 XT, this should be fine. And yes, the screen is included, but this is the EX6 Max. This is everything that's included with the case. It is the most expensive, but I wanna show you guys their other EX cases first. So what I just showed you was the EX6 Max, but this here is the EX6. This has not the included AIO, just comes with one included fan. You're welcome to use your own AIO, your own components, but this right here is only, I think, $169.99. So surprisingly affordable, I think, for what you're getting. But there's actually a more affordable version that's even cheaper. But this is the base model, EX6. And if you come over here, this is the EX5. This is a little different than the EX6s. Rather than using CNC aluminum, this is using, I think, traditional case materials. So this, rather than being like a stone gray color, it's more of a black color. But similar sort of design. You're given a bunch of open mesh here for your radiator, for your GPU, for your mainboard, CPU, and RAM. You can actually see your components right here, since this doesn't come with an LCD, but there is a version that does. And this base model right here that comes with Phanteks' own AIO is surprisingly $159.99, I think. And I think that's a great value proposition, because the base EX5 is $109.99. So that AIO is only adding like an extra $50, but it's a 360 and it works with this case. So this might actually be a feasible PC case for regular PC build guides on my channel. So I'm thinking of maybe trying something like that with the EX5 Plus. But if you wanted a similar case to the EX6 Max, but with all the bells and whistles, this here is the EX5 Max with an open screen right here for your graphics card, additional LCDs. And this one also, I think, has a screen, and it retails for above $200. This right here is $229. And again, this is the regular EX6. I just want to quickly show you guys. This is just the base model. Here you can choose your own AIO. The tubes will come out. They'll go right on top of where your CPU is. Honestly, some of you guys might like this look a little bit better than the regular EX6 Max. But otherwise, there's plenty of options for the different EX cases you can play around with. I think that's really cool from Phanteks. I have a really interesting video idea. I almost want to try not with the regular EX6, but with the EX6 Max, because this does such an interesting job in hiding the components in your PC case, to the point where I wonder, like, couldn't you just, like, if you didn't want to build a whole new PC, but you wanted a new look, but you didn't like how your components looked, like how your graphics card, your motherboard, your RAM, and all that looked, if you threw it all in an EX6 Max where all of it is covered, who's really gonna know? Because they're gonna look at the exterior of this case and go, wow, this is a really high-end build, but they'll have no clue like what the CPU, GPU, and so on and so forth is inside this case, because it just essentially blocks it all out. So I was like, What if I got like an old pre-built PC, threw it in here? No one would know how fast it is, but it looks premium. So there's a lot of ideas that I have here with their EX lineup, and I applaud Phanteks for trying something different in the high-end premium case space. But if we want to talk about more standard stuff, they have their usual XT lineup. I want to quickly cover this because there are some updates and the prices are good. This here, we'll cover this later. So I don't know if you guys remember, but last year I made an $800 PC build guide with the Phanteks XT M3. That was a micro ATX half chamber PC case, affordable, pretty nice build quality, and just a very sensible PC case to buy. Well, Phanteks is making that same case again with the M5, and now this is a full ATX sized PC case. And with these included fans here, this is $69.99, so not that bad. This right here is the V5, so very similar to the M5, but the front of this PC case has a glass front. But once again, the MSRP is $69.99. So price is pretty competitive. But if you wanted something a little different that costs more, but gives off, I think, an even more premium vibe, because the XT M5 in itself is already a nice PC case, we have here the V5 LCD. And with this LCD, the total of this PC case is actually $109.99. And I take this over many other PC cases that are retailing for $100 just because of this LCD. And again, you're given 3 fans here on the bottom, another on the rear. The build quality is good. It's not oversized. This is not a PC case that is begging for attention. It's just simple and understated, and yet it's gonna give you the cooling performance that you want. So all in all, Phanteks just have a really nice lineup of PC cases here at Computex. I really appreciate how they're trying something new and bold with their EX cases, but yet their core lineup of PC cases are still really solid and smart to consider for build. So let me know in the comment section down below, would you want to build something interesting in their EX6 or EX5 skin wrap PC cases? Or would you really consider their standard XT M5 cases for the usual PC builds? And would you take it over other mainstream PC cases that, are competitive, but don't have that Phanteks logo on it? Otherwise, that is it for our first Computex video. We've got many more to come. Thank you guys so much for watching, and this is the Scatterable channel, signing out.